Howdy folks, just going to do a short one here. Folks, we got some activity coming on. As you can see, this right here, LASCO C2, LASCO C3, you see all these coronal mass ejections. Well, some of them are coming our way, especially this one here. Bam! That big old whamma jamma right there, that's coming directly at us. You can see over here on LASCO C3, a little bit further away, you can see we are having some preceding this larger one. This one here is a direct shot coming right at us, full halo going around on both. You know, you can see it very clearly on both. That's the first one, and then the second one comes off and it's full halo. Well, we have what would be considered a cannibalistic CME coronal mass ejection, because that back one, it's going to catch up to the other one. We had a decent sized flare. It came out to be a M9.82, which is pretty close to an X flare. But as you can also see, she got a fat butt. So when she got a fat butt, there's going to be a lot of plasma, and I'm sure we could all agree on that. We literally just seen it. Now this right here is the region that it came from. This is active region 3500 AR3500, and as you can see, it is very complex. You've got positive and negatives all interacting, and it's extremely unstable. This is beta gamma delta, so we could actually get an X flare before it goes off to the other side where it's not going to affect us. So here's our active region 3500. This right here is the GOES or SDO 193, but this right here is a huge coronal hole. So after this event passes, we've got a large coronal hole to deal with high solar winds. But when is it going to get here? Well, let's get to it. It's actually going to arrive on the 1st. The first one is going to actually hit on the 30th. So we do have that we have to contend with. The first little hiccup is going to arrive. Now this is the most recent NOAA model. And if we watch, you see the first one come off there, and then the second one. So we're getting a glancing blow from the first one. There was actually a total of 4. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. These are just different perspectives. And as you can see, the big one will catch up and will eat the other one, so to speak, or combine. And it's going to hit us pretty square on. We've got a pretty decent amount of plasma. Now this is NOAA's model. Okay, this is 60 centimeters cubed for plasma density. Solar winds, we're going to be touching up to around 600, maybe even 700 kilometers per second. That's pretty high. Now, I don't just use this model. I also use European Space Agency, because European Space Agency is pretty good too. They're, in fact, half the time they're more accurate than NOAA or NASA's NLIL model. And this is their version of it. So you can see we've got the multiples here firing off, but, oh, come on. And you can see it catching up, and then right here, look at this, folks. Read that across. That's saying 110, 105, 110 centimeters cubed of plasma. That is a crap ton. Now that's going to hit on 12/01. Now see, they don't have times here. They've removed their timestamp, which is quite annoying. And look at how they got the numbers all jumbled up. So that's actually kind of unusual. I'm not used to seeing it like that. So, of course, you know, they're going to try and hide stuff. Now, I am over here at spaceweatherpredictioncenter.noaa.gov. Now, I will say the predictions, they're saying KP7 G3. Okay? For those of you who are not familiar, come on over here to this page and take a peek at it. Space Weather Prediction Center, swbc.noaa.gov, and come to dashboards and go to enthusiasts, okay, which is where I'm at. This is Space Weather Enthusiasts, and you can come over and you can see exactly what this is. Last 24 hours observed, or last 24 hours, most latest reserved. Now you can find out what is a G. What does that mean? Well, it tells you here. This is for G1. I believe if we go here, we can, yeah, let's take a peek at that. Here we go. So R1, radio blackouts. We're definitely going to have probably between an R3 and an R4. That's what radio blackouts are. Well, what is about geostorms? Well, let's take a peek at those. G3, strong. Voltage corrections may be required. False alarms triggered on some protective devices. Spacecraft operations, surface charging may occur on satellite components. Drag may increase on low orbit satellites, and corrections may be needed for orientation problems. Other systems, intermittent satellite navigation and low-frequency radio navigation problems may occur. High-frequency radio may be intermittent, and aurora has been seen as low as Illinois and Oregon, typically 50 degree geomagnetic latitude. So this is where we're like minimum. I'm saying we might get in the low G4 myself. With as weak as our magnetic poles are, that's not going to surprise me whatsoever. Now, what about solar radiation storms? Well, that's where the fun stuff begins. This is the S. Well, I'm saying we're going to be between S3 and S4. Okay, so come on over here, hit pause, give it a read. So keep your eyes open, no fear, and remember that love is the only way forward. Solar Wolf out.